In the past few hours, a major shift has taken place, making waves across Nigeria and beyond. The leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, has been transferred to Sokoto prison. What was meant to be a routine prison transfer has become an issue of intense public concern, with shockwaves rippling through his supporters, his family, and even international human rights organizations. First, let's break down the details. Information reached us earlier today that Nnamdi Kanu had been moved from his previous detention facility and now resides in Sokoto, far from the southeastern region where he originally faced trial. The move was said to have been kept quiet for the most part, with the first details of his transfer surfacing only after family members and legal teams had already visited the facility he was moved from. His wife, Uchechi Kanu, has expressed her outrage, claiming that no one informed her about the transfer until it hit social media. She made her anger known, saying that those who visited her husband did not give her any updates about the transfer, choosing instead to run to social media. According to her statement, she's tired of the theatrics and insists that anyone who doesn't act in a civilized and professional manner will feel her wrath. She promises to stress those involved, declaring that they will soon know what real stress feels like. She made it clear that enough is enough, and her frustration is palpable. Now, why is this such a big deal? Let's first talk about the implications of this move. The fact that Nnamdi Kanu, a man at the center of a long-standing political and legal struggle, has been moved to a far-off prison raises several concerns. For one, Sokoto is far from the southeastern region, where Kanu has his roots. His supporters see this as a deliberate move to isolate him further from those who support him. Some believe that the move is a calculated tactic to cause more frustration among his supporters, adding fuel to an already tense political situation. Others worry that the transfer might be part of a broader strategy to undermine his health, safety, and legal rights. The questions about fairness and transparency are massive here. If this move was truly meant to follow due process, why wasn't the family informed ahead of time? Why was it only communicated through social media? This lack of communication fuels distrust, not just among Kanu's supporters, but also among those who simply want to see that the rule of law is followed in high-profile cases like this. When it comes to legal procedures, especially when the case involves human rights, transparency and communication are vital to maintaining credibility. Let's also talk about the bigger picture here. Nnamdi Kanu's case has never been just a legal issue. It's a political one. His supporters view him as a symbol of resistance against the government's perceived injustice toward the Igbo people and the broader southeastern region of Nigeria. His arrest, subsequent trials, and detention have become a rallying point for calls for Biafra's independence, with Kanu being the figurehead of the movement. His movement has been banned and he's been labeled a terrorist by the Nigerian government, but for his supporters, Kanu is not a terrorist. He's a freedom fighter, someone standing up for the rights of his people. The outrage from his wife is significant for a number of reasons. Her anger highlights not just the personal toll of this situation, but the emotional and mental strain that the families of political prisoners endure. Uchechi Kanu's public statement is a call for accountability and a demand for respect. She's not just asking for transparency about her husband's transfer. She's standing up for his basic rights as an individual. And when she speaks, it's clear that she's channeling the frustrations of many who feel that Kanu's case has been mishandled from the very beginning. Her words also shine a light on the deeper issues within the prison system and the Nigerian judicial process. There's been growing concern over the conditions in Nigerian prisons, with many human rights groups calling for reforms. The fact that Kanu has now been moved to Sokoto, a northern prison, raises questions about his safety and the conditions he may be facing there. The long distance between his family and this new location makes it harder for them to access him, both physically and legally. This isolation could further worsen his situation, especially considering the sensitive nature of his case. In addition to all of this, the Nigerian government's handling of Kanu's case continues to draw criticism from international bodies. Human rights organizations like Amnesty International have raised concerns over his treatment, claiming that his rights to a fair trial have been violated. The lack of clear communication surrounding his transfer is just the latest in a series of actions that have led many to question whether Kanu is being subjected to unfair treatment. This is a case that extends beyond just one man. It speaks to the broader issues of political dissent, civil rights, and the rule of law in Nigeria. And let's not forget about the larger political ramifications. Nnamdi Kanu's case has divided Nigeria, with people from different regions of the country weighing in. For those in the southeastern region, Kanu is a hero. For others, he is a villain. This division has been reflected in the media, the streets, and even in the halls of power. But the government's response to Kanu's imprisonment has only deepened the divide. The more that people feel Kanu's treatment is unfair or unjust, the more they rally behind him. And the government's tactics of isolating him in a faraway prison only serve to intensify these sentiments. In the midst of all of this, we see a story of resilience and resistance. Kanu's supporters are not backing down. They are fighting for his freedom, for justice, and for the right to have their voices heard. The wife's message to those involved in her husband's case is a rallying cry for anyone who believes in fairness, accountability, and the importance of standing up for what is right. Her warning that those responsible will feel her stress is more than just words. It's a testament to the strength and determination of a family that refuses to be silenced. As this story continues to unfold, we can expect more developments, more public statements, and likely more protests. The Nigerian government faces a dilemma: how to manage this highly charged political situation without further inflaming tensions. For Kanu's supporters, every action taken against him only reinforces their belief that their fight is just. This isn't just about one man or one case. It's about a people's quest for justice, the demand for recognition, and the refusal to accept the status quo. And as we watch this story unfold, we must ask ourselves, what does this case say about the state of justice in Nigeria? How does it reflect the treatment of political dissent? And what can we learn from it about the broader struggles for civil rights and political freedom? So, as we wait for more updates on Nnamdi Kanu's situation, we continue to follow this story closely. What will happen next? Will the Nigerian government address the growing concerns about Kanu's safety and the transparency of his legal proceedings? Will his wife's fiery words lead to meaningful action, or will they be lost in the noise of political conflict? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain: Nnamdi Kanu's story is far from over, and it will continue to shape the political and social discourse in Nigeria for years to come. If you want to stay up to date with the latest on this case, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. What do you think about the transfer? How do you feel about the situation as a whole? Leave your thoughts in the comments below and let's keep this conversation going. Thanks for watching, and remember, always stay informed and stay engaged.